Morning, fellas. Ben back again. I'm with Mr. Arun from Torque the Trail. You guys can go and check his out Instagram channel out, Instagram account, and that's his 411. He just got himself the Zedling rear and the Zedling front. That's his account, Torque the Trail. Heavily modified motorcycle. Weighs about, guessing, 165 kgs, not more. Heavily modified. And this is the BS3 2016 edition. Going strong. I'm very happy that the machine is going strong. There are no chassis damage indications or marks or anything. Pretty well put up. Dedicated build. He's into rally style riding. He likes to go flat out, fast paced riding, and the stock suspension of the 411 is a little too soft for fast paced riding, and the way the shocks respond to fast paced riding, especially when you come across a sudden hit, is that they pack up and they bottom out and they throw the rider off the seat, and that is the primary reason why he got himself the front and the rear Zedling kit. Straight away, the observations are the front has completely transformed. There's no sag now on the machine. We have to sit and work on the sag. The preload has been cranked up to the completely. So I'm going to be working on the preload. I'm going to be increasing the sag of the front, just so that it's a little more pliable, complying. The rear is a little pogo style. I don't understand why. The damping is the between the stock and this. There's very little difference that I feel. It isn't as nice as it's supposed to be, but I can't compare it to a YSS dedicated kit, which is a linear spring. This is a bloody progressive spring. Again, good for highway business, good for long distance business. It's going to be relaxed. But the thing with these progressive springs is they kind of pack up. They kind of become too stiff and too harsh when you start doing continuous bumps. Like whoops, when you do whoops is when you understand the clear difference between a progressive spring and a linear spring. So the rear shock has the same kind of compression and rebound damping from the stock in comparison to the stock shock, but the front has completely transformed. I just love the way the front feels. A little aggressive for my weight, but he would be about 100 kg, so 93. Sorry, he's reduced some weight for trail attack, and so glad to know that. So 93 kgs, we'll make him sit on the bike, and we'll see how much of it sags. And with the front, the sag setting business is a little complicated because there's a lot of stiction. With the rear, it's easy. So the rear is a straightforward work on the preload and get the sag numbers. He plans on doing the trail attack, which is a lot of technical slow riding, fast-paced riding, a lot of aberrations, a lot of rock, and various traction business. Zedling gives you these beautiful adjusting tools, C-spanners, C-wrenches, whatever you want to call them. And with this, it's a piece of cake to play and manipulate sag numbers. This is a non-adjustable thing. I mean, it has height adjust at the bottom, and it has preload adjustment, and that's about it. It's a nitrogen and oil combo, and a double piston setup. That's what they say. And a dual piston setup is always more modern and better. But the way it feels in the end, not very sure about it. The front, they have made tweaks to the dampening rods. If you guys go check out the website, you will start seeing that the dampening rods have 2 or 3 more holes drilled on the compression front, and on the reload front there is 1 more additional hole that they have drilled. A small, what do you call these holes? Small, very small, tiny hole. A pinhole style of a hole that they've drilled, and the spring is a dual rate spring in their fork as well, a dual rate, so it's not like a progressive, it's a dual rate, and the spacers and preload adjusters, that's about it, and custom oil. Both the oil are viscous, more viscous than what the factory recommends, so obviously when you do a lot of off-road business you need a more slightly better viscous oil which does not lose its thermo, what do you call them? viscosity. The viscosity remains the same when the temperature is built. So slightly better oil will definitely go a long way. Yep, so that's where we are at. He's also got a custom seat. What else has he done? He's made a custom footrest, 390 foot pegs, race 42 teeth sprocket, 520 conversion. He's got the buck busters. He's completely gotten rid of the front end. What else? What? ROB, Republic of Bike, and the handlebar is also Republic of Bike. There's Domino aftermarket replica quick throttle and grips. He's also got a free flow bend pipe, and he's got, what is this, Arun? Moto Kaji. That's a Ninja 650 shot bottle can muffler.
My friend gave me as a gift, so I thought.
Okay.
So it makes it more sleek.
More sleek, yes.
The
So
weight is getting reduced.
absolutely, big reduction in weight and so much more closer to the body of the motorcycle. It has a BMC air filter for breathing better. I've told him that I'll work on a CV someday. I'll work on the CV. I'll make it ridiculously fast. I was a carburetor guy most of my life, and I used to work on a lot of carburetors and make motorcycles go crazy. The only downside was there was no fuel economy. I mean, but yeah, bigger jets will definitely help, and then some fine tuning on the CV. The CVs are fantastic. I like the CVs a lot more than the flat slide carburetors. The flat slide it's a pain in the ass to get them to sit and work well, but the CVs are easy. And yeah, so that's that. That's the beautiful machine, or half of the machine. The rest of the half is all on the floor, and we have to put it up. Okay, fellas, I'll see you guys in a bit. Arun's bike is done. We just made some tweaks. The front shock surprisingly turned out to be very well sprung. It was at 26% sag, and I bumped it to 28% sag. I'm guessing 28% sag is because the preload adjuster was wound all the way in, so I just reduced the preload. I pulled it out by 3 threads, or 1.5 turns, and the shock we have adjusted it to 30% sag. 30% sag is so much better damping. You feel it working well. It was 36 or 37 percentage. I've reduced it to 30 percentage. So much better, much better bottoming out resistance. So that's what's gone into the rear. And also we swapped out the shock. The shock was installed in the wrong way. It was inverted, so we kind of put it back the right way, the right orientation. And what else have we done? That's about it. Pulled everything apart, put things back together, front and rear sag adjustments. And now Arun will have to say how he felt. Did he feel something?
Yeah, a lot of difference when we went for a test drive.
Okay.
In the trail.
Okay.
Nearby trail.
Okay.
So now the bike is like holding up the line.
Okay.
And even in the undulation, like we have hoops, continuous hoops, I was able to go fast.
Okay.
I was able to stay in third gear and open the throttle. It was taking the straight line. It was not kicking back from the rear or front.
Fantastic.
So it was really good.
That's the whole point.
And,
Anything
so
else?
I have more confidence now.
Okay.
Go in higher speed.
Okay. Okay.
That's the
Biggest
main
change.
thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Faster speeds on roads which are jagged, aberrated roads. Good.
In the rock section, it was holding good.
Okay.
Small rocks we found there.
Okay. 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 Rocky terrain. He says the rear wasn't kicking as badly as it would earlier. So the whole idea of a good suspension is it propels you forward instead of sinking in and coming out. It keeps moving forward. That simply will translate to faster speeds. And yep, that was a quick touch up on both the shocks. Arun had to sit on the motorcycle with 10 kgs of weight to kind of compensate for the riding gear and the bag. And we also did it multiple times just to be doubly sure of the numbers. Yeah, all's well that ends well. We'll see. He's riding the Trail Attack next week.
Track is next week, so we'll be riding to Kolar for the race, so it should be exciting.
Let's hope he stays on the bike. We went out now. I managed to crash Ben. It was a nice crash, super duper crash. And I got a little bit of a skin wound, but This was fun. We were both trying to be parallel on bloody terrible bumpy sections. Anyways, so that's that. We'll see all of you fellas and Arun on another one.